What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode. Man, I feel like it's been forever. So as you guys know, I just got off of COVID. I've been negative for a couple days now. This morning, me, Ricky, and Angel got in the car around 5 o'clock. We headed up to South Carolina to go pick up a new toy. We ordered this a while back, as you guys can see from behind me, and probably the title of this video. You guys already know what it is. So they just finished it. Is this it, Ricky?
I think so.
You smell it?
I smell it.
You got some type of attachment to this one right here? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is it right here. This is a 268 Commander Sea Fox. If you guys remember, a while back, me and Ricky went to the fairgrounds in Florida and we were looking at these boats. And he put an order in a little bit right after that. It's just been taking forever. You know, a lot of things are just affected by, you know, the economy right now and all the COVID-19 stuff and just a bunch of stupid shit. Everything's on back order. So here it is, man. They got it all together. I'll show you guys here in a second. Let me make sure this is the one.
That's it.
Woo, this thing is beautiful.
I'll be the first one.
Yeah, I'll follow you, man.
No.
I'll hold it for you. Either way, we'll be fine. They gave us a cooler too. It comes with the boat.
Yeah, cooler. Yeah, cooler.
Oh, nice.
I didn't get the tackle box one.
Ooh, this thing is so nice.
Trying to make sure that the all the stitching is good on it. That's all. And the batteries are in here. There's this.
Got your Coast Guard stuff, and then he just wired it up here like that.
Okay.
So,
Oh man, this is so nice. Got the live well right here with the glass front too. Ooh, I'm gonna put a beer right here. This thing is beautiful, man. So we got the upgraded screens. We'll go through it with you guys, but there's a lot of good stuff on this boat, man. Got the twin 200s, so we can go wherever, man. Plenty of power.
So all of that was just for wiring, essentially.
All right, so they got her hooked up to the truck right now. We're gonna go take her for a little test drive, see how she is. He's gonna run through some stuff with us, and then we're off back to Florida, man. We're just checking it all over, making sure everything is good, because it's a brand new boat, so we want to make sure nothing's up with it. Is the deal real yet?
Not yet. I'm excited as shit though. I'll tell you.
Look at this seat right here. You sit down in that real quick.
You want to sit down with me?
Nah, this is just stretch it out, man. Another beer?
Yeah, another. Hey,
Captain.
Captain, another beer.
the beer. Sorry.
Oh, I see him jumping.
Oh, is that a dolphin? That's it, we're out.
Yeah, we're out.
Oh
Sorry.
man, we're gonna have some fun with this, man. Look, we got all these pole holders here.
I really got just to work out with.
That's it. Okay, that's sturdy.
Yeah, before the fish come in, you can wake up.
All right, well, let's follow this guy. He said it's not too far from here.
I don't even know what that is.
Radio.
He's gonna go through it all with us.
Radio.
We're gonna learn it. We're learning today.
Oh wow, look at that.
Those are beautiful.
Battery connected on.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't ever do it, but if you do that, you want the motors all the way down. You always want them all the way down to start. See your trim, see it's right here. See how it went from where you can hear it change tones too, because some don't have a trim gauge. So that goes down to 1 bar, so that's your trim. We talked about fuel, I'm in forward, that's your tack. You can touch this and go to a totally different screen, so you're going to want to play around with that. That's kind of your default 2 default screens. It still kept our fuel up there, but it also gave us like flow scan. It's monitoring the computer on the motor all the time, so you don't really have to. I always tell people, if you hear a horn, Yamaha's not real horn sensitive, so like Mercury is. If you hear a horn in Yamaha, it's something is actually wrong, probably. So, but don't panic. So what I do tell people is slow down. I mean, I do this for a living. I can't remember, just so you know, last time I can't remember last time I heard a horn for Yamaha. So slow down. Is it peeing? The technology on the engines haven't changed. I mean, back to in the 50s and 60s, outboards, they're water cooled. They're like a car's air cooled. They're pulling a little air through the cowling, but see the pee stream, and they're pulling salt water. That's why you have to flush them, or you should flush them when you come back. So if I tell people, go down to neutral. Is it peeing? Does it look and sound okay? If it's not peeing, I'm cutting it off and I'm trimming it up to see if something's come over the intake. Seaweed, late in summer, you get all kinds of algae. You know, you never know. Plastic bag. If it's peeing and it sounds okay, it's probably got oil because it's a 4-stroke. These are not going to burn oil. If it's burning oil, it's got other problems too. I've never seen one just all of a sudden start burning oil. So it's got crankcase oil just like your car in there. And you can literally trim it in the right even spot when it's cold, pull the cowling off, and it's got a dipstick just like your car, and it's, you know, too hot, and we put it right in the middle, and that's, you know, what they tell us to do. You shouldn't have to, you really shouldn't have to pull the cowling off that often. I pull it off once a month, and I take some CRC or WD-40 and I spray the cowling down. But the new cowlings, it's like the old cars. You lift up the hood on an old car, it's just metal everywhere. Now it's just all plastic. So I mean, they got it pretty well covered, and they put what they call a Yama shield on it when it's new. So once a month, I'll pull it off, spray it down, you know. But you do want to flush it. See that fitting on each side, on the right, on the left-hand side of the motor. But see that little that black fitting right there? That unscrews, and you thread your hose in right there, and you run. You don't start the motor, you just run your hose, and that flushes everything.
Don't start this stuff.
And it'll pee. Yeah, run it for 5 minutes each one. When you get, that's what I do first. I can plug that in while I'm getting my cleaning stuff together and flush them each for about 5 minutes. Now, the misconception is if you're going out today, like if you're a weekend guy, if you're going out today and going out tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, you don't have to flush it on Saturday. It takes several days for the salt to dry up and the power head to hurt anything. That's why commercial guys get so many hours. It's not like they take that good of care. They just run them all the time, so they never get a chance to dry up. And you know, it's the pitting. If you see a beach house sitting there, it's the dry salt that hurts it. You know, it's all, everything's rusted. That's what happens to the inside of the motor if you don't flush them. But if you do that, and if I go Sunday and I'm going back to work Monday through Friday, I'm definitely flushing on Sunday. But just going out the next day.
But in general, just take that off, put the water hose on, run it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and don't run the muff. You can put the muffs on it, but they design that for people that leave them in the water.
Don't run the water. Don't run the motors.
Don't run the motors.
No, just 5
turn the
minutes.
hose on. Yeah. If you want to hear the motor run, you put the muffs on the lower, like the old rabbit ears. You can still do that. It's just they're trying to get people to not, generally speaking, they don't get as much water as when they're in the river, so they want you to flush them this way now.
Okay.
So I get home, I screw the hose, and the nice thing is you don't have to stand there. It's not running. Like the old days, you put the muffs on, you couldn't really go very far in case the muffs fell off. So I just screw that up, let it run for 5 minutes while I get my stuff together, clean it, and I'm done. Just don't forget to thread it back into the motor. And it's got a yellow retainer clip, looks like a big yellow O-ring. That will get gone. It's not going to blow the motor up or anything, but you'll lose some water if you lose that, and it'll end up getting stuck on the engine. So you'll see what I mean when you unscrew it. And I'll flush it when I get back. I'll show you. So we're in gear, motor's running, gauges are happy. Garmin's, you don't need to turn anything on other than the power button to turn those on. I'll show you. Basically, you hit 2 buttons until you get comfortable, and you got manuals and all that. I mean, Garmin's so user-friendly, you really don't even hardly need the manual, but you do have 2 quick reference things. So agree, they're all touch. It's okay, this, so I got home. I think it came up because I had it on yesterday. I think I ran. So basically, this is your main screen on either one. So this is, it's telling you, it's asking you over here what you want to pick. It's asking me, okay, here's what's available under the charts. Okay, sonar, that's what's available under sonar. So basically, that's
Typically, when would you want to be like, oh no, like right around this 4, 3?
I mean, I always tell people, like, well, part of it is not the actual number. Part of it is in saltwater, you're never going to run up on a stump like you do in a lake or something like that. So it's not going to be 20 feet, and then all of a sudden it goes 3. It's salt. Now it can be 20, and then it goes 15. You know, it's all on embankment. So I tell people, if you're here, and I mean, when in doubt, obviously it's common sense, stay in the middle, or try to figure out, like, see red, we know we just passed it. I mean, if I run around now, I'm right in the middle of the channel, so it's probably not going to happen. But you know, you want to explode this as much as you can when you don't know the water real well. The more you know it, the more you can back off. Or you see, right now we know that if nothing else, we're in the deepest part. We're right in the middle. We see our next red marker. We don't see another green. You basically just do it that way. I mean, you're fine at about 3.5 feet of water. But if you're in 3 feet of water, you're not in a proper channel. So I always tell people, you know, then you need to be not running hard unless you know exactly where you're going. You know, I mean, you can be on a plane running at 3 feet.
You can trim it up to some when you
the
get.
question is, what's it going to do next? And that's where the maps come into play. So if you know where you are, you're fine. I mean, you don't need any more than that. I go the back way into Shem Creek, and at dead low tide, it's about 3.5 feet, but I know exactly how to go. I don't get off plane. When you're on plane, you're actually drafting less water than when you're like right now. We're drafting more because we're idling, and we're kind of plowing. The boat's not sitting up on top. So I mean, right now we need about 3 feet to do it. On plane, you probably need about 2.5. But you got to know where you got to know where you're at. This one you can set up. The radar is obviously good for this one. You can do sonar or whatever, but this one's the radar. It's up and running. There's a couple different options. It's good to read out. The single range is plenty, so if you hit that and hit transmit right there, it starts spinning up inside, so you can see it go in a minute. And basically you turn your traditional radar on. So that's still gives you a line like a big
Well, all the paperwork's done. It's official. So it is the next day right now. We ended up getting back last night around 1:30, and today we're gonna take the boat out on our own. So right now we loaded everything up, and we're ready to hit the water. Woo! We out here, boys. Such a beautiful day out. Yeah, Papa Rick. Oh, Papa Rick. No. We out here.
out here. We out here. Helio. That's the land. Picking up the island right here. It's picking up the boats. See the boats ahead of us?
Oh damn, it picks up everything. We got the radar on this
And
thing.
you can see how far they are.
It tells, like, yeah, measuring them. Can't see no land. Oh, look at this wave. God damn. That shit just cuts right through it. Holy shit. That's wild.
Boat's heavier than my boat.
I'm not used to a big boat like this, honestly.
Hey, come left, come left. First time ever.
So beautiful out. I mean, it is foggy, but to me this is awesome. That was a blast. First time out, success.